family. Welcome back to Secure the Bag. We're right here at Lit New Haven, right here in New Haven, Connecticut. This is the podcast where four entrepreneur cousins break down the game, talk strategy, and help you build wealth the smart way, mentally, spiritually, and financially. This is an exclusive episode. Tonight is about transformation in real time. Since his release in 2009, this man has dedicated his life to speaking across the country, investing in legitimate business ventures, advocating for prison reform, and warning young people about the exact traps that once made him infamous. He's taken lived experience and turned it into lessons, community uplift, and hard conversations about accountability and ownership. He's proof that a comeback can have purpose. And let's be honest, not everybody gets a second act that includes college panels, reform discussions, and community revitalization. Secure the Bag family, help me welcome the real Freeway Rick Ross. What's going on, brother?
What up? What up?
Yes, sir.
That's why he do what he do.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yes, sir, of course. Definitely good to have you on the podcast, my brother.
I like it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So, man, we just left the criminal reform panel. Great experience to have everybody up on the panel doing their thing. How was that experience for you? I know you've been through many of those things, many panels. I don't want to say those things, but how was that experience being in New Haven?
It was cool. It was cool, you know. And I mean, speaking at Yale, you know, was like a dream come true, right? 'Cause my prosecutor was graduate of Yale.
Okay, nice.
That's fine.
So, you know, I mean, if you watch some of my interviews, you'll hear me say, oh, my lawyer went to Harvard and my prosecutor went to Yale, and I beat both of them.
Good. That's why you got out early. 100%.
Yeah, they both said I was wrong.
Wow.
So being there was just like, wow. I miss Harvard though, right? Because my PO wouldn't let me go when I had my opportunity to go to Harvard. With the feds, you gotta, if you're on paper, you gotta give them a 2-week notice. So they called me in like a week and was like, hey, you wanna come? Come now. So it was only a week. And he was like, you know the rules. I don't care where you're going.
Of course, my brother. So listen, we don't want to take too much of your time, man. We definitely appreciate you being here. But let us know, how was it back in the day for you out in LA? How was that time growing up for the people who don't know you? Kind of give them a little bit of background on yourself.
Where they been?
Where they been? Under a rock?
They don't know me. Where they been?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where they been either. You know, I've been all over the place. The internet, and I mean, I've been busting the internet. I had a video like 3-4 months ago, do 11 million views in like a week.
Yeah.
So
they've
been hiding under a rock. They ain't saw me. But I mean, you know, and I really don't be liking to go back in my past, you know, but it was fun.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's what I thought was fun. I mean, you know, we be tripped out in the hood, you know. I thought, you know, getting up with a gun every morning, you know, saying that this might be the day I had to kill somebody or somebody might kill me, you know, I might go to prison. You know, when you're getting up every day like that and you think that it's cool, you know, something wrong with you.
Yeah. You know, watching your documentary, I that's something that stood out to me was the fact that there wasn't a lot of like murder and a lot of hard crime. I don't know the full background, but as far as what was told and what you spoke about.
You right.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you know, to do what you've done and to not have murder charges behind you and all these, you know, burglary charges and everything else that goes along with that lifestyle, I'm glad to see that you
Well, you know, when I started in the game, what I told my partner, we both started with $125 each. And what I told him is that we wasn't going to hurt nobody over money. You know, we would only hurt somebody in self-defense.
Yes, sir.
And as long as they wasn't trying to harm us, then we wasn't going to harm nobody. I mean, because if I did something to everybody that owed me $50,000, I'd be probably the #1 serial killer in America, you know. So I made a point, and it only made logical sense, you know. Say for instance, the biggest guy owed me like $360,000. So if I kill him, I ain't gonna never get the money back.
Exactly.
You know, and if they find out that we was behind it, you know, they probably gonna lock up the top 5 of us that was involved, You know, now you talking about bail, lawyers. Now you done spent more than, $360,000 just, fighting the case. So
Exactly.
I try not to throw good money after bad money is what I call it.
Mm-hmm. So even within what you were doing during that time period, at what point did you realize that you weren't just surviving, right? That you were actually building somewhat like a business during that time period?
I don't know. You know, when we started, we wanted to make $5,000. That was our goal. You know, to get $5,000. We both had low riders, and at that time the new wheels were Zenas, and we wanted to get some Zena wheels for our car. My car was in the interior shop, so I wanted to get the interior done on it. And we thought we was gonna be living in my mama's garage forever, you know. So we didn't really want much, you know. But it's something about the dope game when you do what they call compound, and what compound mean for them that don't know is if you take all your profits and everything and you constantly put it back into the game. We went from doing $20 a week to $20 a day, then $100 a day, and then $500 a day, then $1,000 a day, and it just kept growing. So our goals changed from 5,000. Oh, we're gonna make 20. Then by the time we got to 20, we might be making $1,000 every day. So I'm like, $1,000 every day. I go 3 months, I have 100,000.
Yeah.
I didn't know what $1 million was then. So I didn't even think about $1 million. So we said, we're just going to keep going a little longer. Don't nobody know about us. Police ain't bothering us. And the next thing you know, we making 2,000 a day, then 5,000 a day, then 10,000 a day. And, it's like, oh, we just going to roll for a couple years.
Yeah.
At one point did you know that you were no longer a drug dealer, but you were actually an enterprise?
Well, I mean, I don't really know what a drug dealer is, really, right? I always looked at it as a business. I wasn't in it necessarily to get people hooked on drugs. Like I never given anybody their first cocaine. When they came to me, they was already using. So I didn't really look at myself as a drug dealer. I was kind of like a cocaine bank. You know how the bank loan people money? Well, I would loan them cocaine. That's how I made my money off of, say for instance, I would go buy 100 kilos. Well, you don't have no money to buy a kilo. So I would say, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna loan you this kilo. And say for instance, one time I was paying $48,000 for the kilo, and I would be like, will you bring me back $60,000? So that was like a loan to you. Yeah. Just like the bank would loan you $68,000 in cash, and they'd be saying, okay, well, you're gonna pay interest. And that's really what my money was the interest for using my money.
Yeah. So you did speak. I've watched some of your shows. You spoke on Snowfall, right? Now, was it accurate at all? Was it? Do you think they could have did better? They should have added you. They should maybe did the show. What's your
Of course,
take on that?
I think they should have had me on there.
Of course.
Why not?
You should have been the main star.
I mean, the show would have did way better numbers if the guy name was Freeway instead of Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Because the marketing was like, we working on my movie right now. I could have been did a movie if I wanted to, if I just wanted to take what they wanted to give me. But I was out of jail maybe 1 week, and I was in the biggest guys in Hollywood's office, meeting with them. I never heard of none of them, neither one of them. All three, was it 3, 4? No, 4. All 4, the biggest guys in Hollywood. I had never heard of none of their names, but in a week I was sitting in their office, and they thought I'd come to sell my story. but I just went to be respectful. Because I already had my plan. When I left jail, before I left jail, I mean, if you ever get a chance, you gotta read my my obituary.
Mm-hmm. Your obituary.
Yeah, my obituary. They wrote my obituary when I was in LA Magazine. Wrote my obituary for me, and I got to read it. Yeah, they wrote it.
Wait, was that by request or was that something they just did?
No. What happened is, when I was selling drugs, it was this reporter that used to ride around with the cops. Mm-hmm. You know, so when they catch me, he was gonna write about it. So he finally did that, wrote the story when they called me. Well, LA Magazine wanted him to do another story. I guess I've been in jail maybe like 3 years with a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Mm-hmm. So they wanted another story. So they sent him down, and he named the story my obituary. So in this story, I'm telling him all the things. It's crazy that I was able to predict all the things that I'm doing right now.
Wow.
I told him with a life sentence. He thought I was crazy. In the article, he said, the corpse is being delirious. You know, like I'm a corpse, but I'm in here talking like, oh, I'm going to do a book. I'm going to have a documentary out. And the only thing that I told him that I was going to do that ain't happened yet is the movie. Mm-hmm. You know, the documentary came out, was on Netflix for 1.5 years. I was on the front page of Netflix for 1.5 years. It's stuff that people don't even talk about that I done. But I don't care. They don't have to give me no credit. I ain't tripping. See, I know when I was making my first 100,000s, nobody knew. Nobody knew. Only the real few people that was like right there in the circle knew that I was ghetto rich. You know, at that time, 200,000, we talking about 82, 83, you know, 200,000 when houses in LA was going for like 40,000. You know what I'm saying? Them houses now is 800, 900,000. So that was a lot of money then, especially for somebody like me who had never had nothing. You know, I never had $500. And so now I got 100,000 sitting in the room in the shoebox that I ain't gonna spend. So so he writes this article, and I'm telling him all the stuff that I'm gonna be doing. And he just couldn't believe it. So I go meet with these guys. Jeff Bird from MCI, I think was his company. He's the founder. Ori Emanuel, William Morris Endeavor, Michael Linton, Sony Pictures, president. All these top guys of these companies, and Spencer Boomer for CAA. And they don't know why I'm in their office. They ain't had enough sense to even ask the guys who brought me there why they brought me there. You know what I'm saying? What's the white guy name? The rapper, Marky Mark. Mm-hmm. What's his name?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg take me to Ori Emanuel. That's his agent. Okay. Ori is the guy that show was done after that was on HBO. I can't think of the name of it.
I know what you're talking about though.
And then what's the name? Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti take me to Sony. Nick Cassavetti take me to Jeff Bird. Because these guys kind of know, right? They kind of know my story, right? Yeah. They like, this story hot, man. You know, they know the story hot, but they don't understand how to convey it to they friends. Exactly. So, you know, they make me a little chicken shit offer. We'll give you 600,000. Oh, we're gonna give you 625. We'll give you 610. I'm gonna give you. I was like, no, thank you, but no, thank you. So I walked out on them. Then the story got in Hollywood. Oh, he's difficult to deal with.
Of course.
Well, kind of, probably so, kind of, but not really blackballing me. Like, you ain't gonna get your movie done. You don't do it with one of us, it ain't gonna happen. You know, so because I don't want to do a low budget movie. Right. You know, I don't want to do another. My partner did one called 100 Kilos. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but It's been all over. Everybody in the country done seen it, damn near. But I don't want to do another low budget movie. So this one here is going to be like a 12 to $15 million movie. So,
Wow.
you know,
Good,
I qualify for the Grammys and all the awards. And,
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
and I'm going to try to bust them for $1 billion on this one.
Nice.
You know.
As you should.
Yeah, I'm going for the juggler. You know, I'm going for the juggler.
Yeah.
I ain't going to play with him.
Yeah, as you should.
So everything that I told him in that article is happening right now. If you think a player, when you get a chance, read the article, you're going to be like, damn.
What's that, the obituary?
Yeah, the obituary. It's
Gotcha.
LA Magazine.
Gotcha. Okay.
LA Magazine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Usually when I do my opening speeches, I usually have somebody from the school, one of the kids, to read it. So they'll know, you know, and read the date. We'll see what date it say on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's usually how I start off my speeches, especially when I go to schools, because you know the kids, they be like, obituary, you know, they know what obituary is. So yeah, but that's just, you know, how I've been rolling, man, and I'm gonna continue to roll like that.
So I think Jason kind of touched on it, but I'm thinking business. At what point did you, like, even right now, you show me the television station, the network, the television network.
Yeah, that's just
Like-
a sidekick thing. I do that as a, you know, just to have fun when I ain't got nothing to do.
So, but what businesses are you into right now?
Well, that came by because of boxing.
Okay.
You know, I got into boxing. I got into boxing for two reasons. Before I went to jail, we was at a Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray fight. And Don King came to the table and shook everybody's hand at the table. And when I was in jail and I'm writing my book, I'm going back over my life, you know, all my mistakes. Where I should have did this, I did that. And, you know, you did the food here. You if you wouldn't have did the food there, you'd have been all right. So I'm looking back at my life, and then I'm like, damn, I remember that day you was in Caesar's Palace, man. And all y'all was sitting there and y'all was kicking it. And Don King walked up and shook everybody's hand. And I was sitting in jail, and I was like, damn, man, what if I'd have told Don King I had $3 million and I would have gave it to him to take me with him? Where would I be? So when I'm in jail now, I'm writing a book, so Don King become one of the guys that I wanted to meet when I got out. It was 3 guys that I wanted to meet when I got out of jail, like Don King, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and Les Brown. All 3 of them dudes helped me while I was in jail.
Yeah.
You know, like Don, I learned about Think and Grow Rich from Don King. It's one of my favorite books. I read that book like 25 times. Yeah, I love that book.
I ain't get it 25, but I read it a few times.
So I wanted to meet Don King after that, you know, and just let him know. And I went and met him. I went to his office and said, Don, I'm gonna come work for you for free. I'll move to Florida. You ain't gotta pay me nothing. I just want to be up under you. He turned me down.
He missed out, though. He missed out.
Yeah, he missed out.
Yeah.
Well, he know now.
Yeah.
Because now I'm working with his right-hand man. And so he called his right-hand man and said, what you and this guy Rick got going on?
Yeah.
His right-hand man got like 18 fighters that he's finna let me literally take over all their careers.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Nice.
he promised me that this year I'm gonna have a world title. I'll be walking in the ring with somebody that I almost had a world title already. I'm missed by a little bit, you know. Keyshawn Davis during the pandemic, me and him talk every night on the phone. You know.
So you in the promoting fighters?
Oh, heavy.
Wow.
I got to show Floyd Mayweather.
Really?
I got to show Floyd. You know, Floyd picked me up from the halfway house when I got out, and we hung out for a couple of months, and you know, I was like, man, Floyd, I'm like hanging out with you, but man, I need to do some business.
Yeah.
Let me in the game.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Floyd told me, he say, you don't take nobody to the plug. So I said, what? I said, okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what the plug is. So now my goal is to take over the whole boxing game.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know, even Turkey going around throwing around all this money, but I understand that game is more valuable than money.
Right.
I used to didn't know that, but now I know game is more valuable than money. Like I used to believe that cocaine made me special. You know, huh? No, just I mean, you know, you can fool yourself to believe that you need something, that you just gotta have it. You know, like me and my old lady get into it, I go sell some cocaine, I'm happy again. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the family get killed, I go sell some cocaine, I'm all right again.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I used it, kind of like as my crutch.
Your crutch, your outlet.
So now I know, though, my crutch is this right here, my kingdom.
Yes, sir.
You know, Minister Farrakhan said, your kingdom. So
That's fire.
now I know this is my most valuable asset, and I never understood that before, but now I do. So
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you got, you know, and they keep on letting me do my thing. Now I'm starting to get, see, I started off with the Bad News Bears when I got home. So I got home, I was working with the Bad News Bears. They couldn't catch, they couldn't kick. I was like, damn, you can't throw. At least just stand there.
Just put your hand out.
Don't move, man. You just stand there. I know what you're gonna do. You know, don't lay down on the floor. Just stand there, please. So now, you know, I'm starting to get some people that are sharp.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, and even coming here today, they put me around. See, you can't put me around the game. Because if I be around the game, I'm gonna pick it up. Because I'm one of the people who I really want it. And what I found out is that anything we really want, we get it.
Yes, sir.
Most of us,
Yes, sir.
we say we want, but our actions show totally the opposite.
Exactly.
You know, oh, I want to go over there. Well, stop going that direction. Stop. You want to go left? Why are you going right?
Right.
You know, and that's our problem as a people, that we put our focus on things that we really don't want, and that's what we're gonna get.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Whatever you're focusing on is what you're gonna get. I don't know if you ever heard of the thing about like race car drivers when they going around the track,
Yeah.
and they get ready to hit the wall, they turn their head the opposite way,
Yeah.
Oh, why is that?
because that's gonna make the car go that way.
Yeah, they look at the wall, they go into the wall.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, and that's the way it is in life. We can't be paying attention to shit we don't want. Right. Because if you keep paying attention to it, that's what you're going to get. See, I knew I was going to jail.
Yeah.
I was perfectly ready to go to jail. And when I went to jail, I couldn't cry. The only time I kind of shed a tear when my mom broke down in court. And I walked in the back and like, damn, you hurt your mama worse than you ever seen her hurt before.
Dang.
And then after that, I was good because I said, you know what? You thought your way in here, think your way out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I did. I started thinking my way out of there, man. But we can do whatever we want to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a little movement that's boiling right now, and people don't really see it. You know,
With you?
I can see it
With you, is you said boredom?
boiling
Oh,
like
oh.
a pot.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
You know, heating up.
Yeah.
It's a movement that's heating up.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the world don't really see it yet. I mean, it's. I can show you some other stuff like right now. I may have more pictures on the internet with other people than anybody living. Because I made a point when I hung out with these guys, with these stars, you know, the comedians and all of them, I noticed something about them is they didn't really like taking pictures with people. And I was like, wow, they slipping. Because I understood that when you take a picture with somebody, they're going to take it and put it on their Facebook page, and that's going to go all over the place. So
Exactly.
I made a point to do that. Like, I don't know, tonight, I don't know how many pictures I took tonight. people was asking me, they thought I was doing them a favor. They was doing me a favor. You working my plan.
Yes, sir.
So the internet ain't even caught up to it yet. And then, like, I'm the first person to ever go viral on the internet. I am the first person to ever go viral on the internet.
I didn't know that one.
Nobody don't talk about it. I was there before Google. I was before Amazon. I was before YouTube, Facebook, Friendster, all of them. I was before all of them.
Yeah.
I went viral in 96. In 96, Time Magazine said 1.5 million blacks went to the internet for the first time to read my story.
Wow.
But I don't
So
get no credit for that. But that's why they want to use my stuff, though.
yeah,
See, they don't even know why they did Snowfall, my story. The rapper, he don't even understand how he knew who I was. In 96, I was the most talked about person in the country.
wow.
The CIA crack cocaine epidemic. I was on the news. I got tired of watching myself on the news for weeks, every day. Jesse Jackson talking about it, Maxine Waters talking about it, Bill Clinton talking about it, everybody, CIA director talking about it. So I already know how the games work, but they don't know I know how they work.
Of course.
They don't understand I'm studying your games.
Yeah.
Right. So I was gonna ask a question hypothetically. You don't got to tell me your game plan, but how do you turn the negative into a positive? How do you leverage that? If it was me,
What negative you talking about?
well
My cocaine dealing?
Well, your past. How do you turn your
I already
past?
did.
Yeah.
I was just speaking at Yale University.
Say that.
I spoke
Say
at
that.
Brown. Right now, let me tell you who I got under my belt. Stanford, UCLA, USC, Brown University,
Yes, sir.
St. John, Louisville, Kentucky, St. Francis, Illinois. Might be another one or two somewhere in there. And then a few junior colleges, and I don't know how many high schools. So right there, that's already turned for me.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then juvenile detention centers. I ain't got to speak in many jails yet, but I done spoken in so many juvenile detention centers that it's crazy.
Wow.
So for me, it already turned.
Right.
It's just the world don't know yet.
Yeah.
They ain't caught on.
Yep.
So
Take a
with
step back real quick. Oh, go ahead. Okay.
Hold on.
Good.
So with that being said, after everything you went through and been through, how do you define success?
I'm sitting here on the couch with you.
That's fire.
I go and come when I get ready. I fly all over the country.
Yes, sir.
If you look and you go in and you look and see, you say, man, he in San Diego. I just spoke in San Diego. I spoke at the biggest black newspaper, the Voice and the View, Friday. Last Friday, I was in San Diego. A day that I'm in Atlanta. A day that I'm in Little Rock. You know, so I mean, I do whatever I want to do. I go where I want to go.
That's the goal.
I ain't got no bodyguards. I was in Chicago one time at a party, and I don't know what I was doing there, speaking for something. And I'm in the party, I'm by myself, and somebody said, man, you ain't got no bodyguards? And a couple of little GDs say, yeah, anybody mess with it, we tearing the club up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't even know these kids.
Yeah.
But they got love for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They give me passes. I do get to do what I want to do.
Of course.
Walk through Detroit by myself. I'm walking through Detroit one day, dude. Like, man, what you doing just out here walking? I'm doing my walk.
Gotta get them steps in.
Yeah, I got to get my steps in.
Yes,
To go back a little bit, it's something that I applied to my life, and we talk about a lot on the podcast, and you said something, and it goes over everybody's head. When you speak about this, or any successful person speak about this, auditing your circle, auditing the people who you're around on a daily basis so they don't pull you back in to your old life or pull you into a situation which you don't want to be in no more. Is that something that's been intentional now for the last 20 years or something you've been intentional about since you started in the game?
Well, I don't worry about nobody putting me back in the cocaine no more. I gave it up. So it's nothing you could do to bring me back into cocaine. You know, if one of my kids needed surgery, I ain't gonna go sell cocaine to get the money. You know, that's out the question. I rule that totally out. You know, because I went to jail before, I did 5 years, and I said, you know, and I ain't gonna never sell dope again. But I hadn't totally committed to not selling drugs. So when they came to me and was like, man, just introduce me to somebody that's selling drugs. You know, well, introduce you, ain't that bad. You know, but now I wouldn't have nothing to do with nobody that sell drugs. I mean, I'll be friends with you. You can holler at me, but as far as selling some drugs, nah, that's out.
And that's just basically cleaning your circle up, making sure you're not around
just
it.
like I quit eating meat. I ain't gonna never eat meat again.
Okay.
I ain't gonna never eat meat again. I have to be starving before I eat some meat. You know, I'd rather eat seaweed. Tree bark.
I think that goes back to what you were saying as far as like what you're focused on. You know what I mean? Like whether it be the drug side or those people that continued on that life, or
yeah, because if you keep it there, then that's really what you
gotta go back to.
That's really what you want to do. You just ain't doing it because you scared you're gonna get caught.
Yeah,
you know. And if it's something you really want to do, you're gonna go get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So even with everything you've been through within your story, within your past, how has, you know, for where you are now, how has the discipline in the streets, how does that correlate to what you have going on when it comes to the boxing and everything else?
Totally. Yeah. You know, in the streets, you tell somebody you're gonna be there at a certain time, you got to be there. You know, the same thing with legal business. If I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, like I just got off the phone with Jimmy Adams right before we started doing the interview. Jimmy is Don King's partner.
Okay.
And hold on, let me show you what he said. I'm gonna call him and let him tell you for himself.
You gonna call who?
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call Jimmy.
You gonna call Jimmy?
Jimmy is a legend now, but he done had 7, 8 world champs. Talk to Don King every day. He said one day Don King and Bob Aaron was having a conversation about me. I say the 2 greatest promoters of all time talking about me.
I thought you was calling Don for a second.
No, I can't call Don. I ain't got Don number.
Hello.
Jimmy.
Hey, but
What's up? What's up? Hey.
Not much. Yeah.
What you just tell me? You say I'm the one person that did what? About what I said?
Everything you say you do.
Everything I say I do.
Yep.
Tell them who you are, Jimmy. Tell them a little bit about you. We had a podcast.
Tell them who I am?
Yeah, tell them a little bit about you. If you don't mind.
What's up, Jimmy?
Can you hear him, Jimmy?
Well, yeah. What'd he say?
What's going on, Jimmy?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You're on the podcast.
I've been in entertainment all my life, really. I've been with Don King 50 years.
50 years?
Yeah.
Dang.
I started off, my first fight with Ernie Schaefer's. I managed boxing. My first fight at Ernie Schaefer's. I managed Al McCall, Burt Cooper, Quick Killers, Tony Tucker, Riddick Bowe's come back. I've been in boxing all that time. Had 7 world champs. And been through a lot.
And what you doing now?
Country Box. I created Country Box where music meets boxing.
He said, say it again. Country
Box.
Country Box.
What's that? You gotta explain what that
Website
is.
is countrybox247.com.
It's what music and he do music, country music,
Okay.
and boxing the same night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce you to him, Jimmy.
Yeah, and Rick, whatever Rick says, man, it's gold. He's the only person around me that's done everything he said he's gonna do.
Yes, sir. We can definitely see that.
If he tells you he's gonna do it, you can go to the bank with it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you.
All right, thanks, sir.
Yeah. So.
Thank you. So,
And he ain't been knowing me but 3 months.
yeah, well, right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all.
yeah.
I ain't known him but 3 months.
That's good that you could call him like that. That means that you guys, it seems like you guys have a genuine relationship.
No, he just told you that everything I told him I was gonna do, I did it. I mean, how many people you know that do everything they say they're gonna do?
Yeah, okay.
And that's rare. I wish I had 2 people. If I had 2 people that did everything they said they was gonna do for me, or we do everything we say we was gonna do, we take over the world. Most people not gonna do it. I have people say, "Oh, I'm gonna quit drinking tomorrow. I'm gonna quit smoking. I'm gonna quit lying. I'm gonna quit going to the club. I'm gonna start saving my money." They don't do it. I'm gonna read that book. They don't do it. I mean, those are simple principles. In the dope game, if you say you're going to do something, you do it. Otherwise, you can get killed.
Yeah.
So that's how I practice my life, and that's how I run it.
Do you think after all that you've been through, through the game, through being in prison as long as you've been through it, was it all worth it right now? Or do you think you would have made some better decisions back in the day?
You know what? I did an article when we was doing this social equity stuff.
Yeah.
Up in Chicago with this young black girl for the I can't even think of the name of the newspaper. The title of her newspaper was "No Regrets, Only Lessons." And I said, you know what? That's my life. No regrets, only lessons.
Yes, sir.
That's what she said. She said, from talking to me, she said, no regrets, only lessons. So I learned from all that stuff. So, was it worth it? I don't know. I don't even think about it, but I learned from it.
Yeah. What do you feel like, or what I would say, what habits do you feel like separated you? It's discipline. I'm gonna just answer the question for you. You done said it 100 times tonight. Doing everything you said. I'm not even gonna ask the question right now. Because
you want to know what separated me from the cocaine dudes?
Sure. Yes. Let's go with that one. Yes, sir.
Well, first one, I didn't smoke cocaine. That was the first one I had to stop doing.
Okay.
There was a few of them that were selling when I started. They were smoking. I passed them easy. Then there was some that wouldn't smoke, but they like cars. They was a little harder to pass.
Yes, sir.
And then there was some that liked jewelry. They was a little harder to pass. But by me not liking none of that, I don't like jewelry. I don't like your clothes. I hate I gotta wear Nike. I wish we had somebody that was making tennis shoes so I could wear somebody else's tennis shoes. I don't want to wear none of their stuff. I don't like their cars. So all my money go into the kitty. I have to buy gas. Well, I hate to buy gas though. I put in the gas station, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta get these some. I gotta give them my money. I like to put all mine in the shoebox.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that's all discipline. It's all a certain level of discipline for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Like I knew when I was in jail, I was like, it's gonna be hard on somebody to beat me, cause I'm vegan. I eat one meal a day most days. Some days I eat twice, but most days I only eat one meal.
Yeah, yeah. What books?
My favorite 3? They on the internet.
Say it again?
They on the internet.
Your book? Well,
I'm gonna call you when I get off this podcast. All right. Let me finish this. I'm gonna call you.
Last question for you. Books, you already gave us mentors, and what other mindset shifts help separate you now as business? We're not worried about the drugs right now.
3 books.
3 books.
Richest Man in Babylon. As a Man Think. And Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
Yeah, As a Man Think. Or As a Woman Think.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up right here, but what we like to do at the end of every show is we like to say you got to drop a gem. You've been dropping gems all night.
Y'all got gems galore.
Yes, sir. But
this thing gonna go crazy for y'all.
We definitely appreciate it, my brother.
Go bananas.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Joe
sir.
Rogan gonna be mad. And be like, man, you didn't give me all that.
I understand. We definitely appreciate it, but this is it right here. One more gem. Get in your bag. Drop the folks with something nice. And everybody's gonna go around as well. The whole crew right here is gonna drop something.
Be a critical thinker. Yeah, be a critical thinker.
I like that.
All right.
Brother King.
I would say whatever you want out of this life you can have, but only person that can stop you is you.
Totally.
Big brother Gerard.
You skipped over.
Man, I'm the host. I do this. Go ahead, man.
Buggy, they do this every time, Buggy. They do it every time.
He ain't got. Go ahead.
Yeah, discipline and consistency. I gotta say, after listening to this conversation, discipline comes right out, and being consistent at what you do. We here with Freeway Rick Ross because of what we do consistently. I appreciate y'all, for coming on the show for sure. Appreciate you, Lord, for helping us out. Discipline, consistency.
Yeah, I'll go. Then you can finish us off, my brother. I would say a conversation I was having with my daughter is to start reading more. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure most people in this room have heard it, but if you want to hide anything from a black person, put it in the book. Right, so I don't know how many people in here like to read or don't like to read, but if you want to get further in life, start reading something, whether it be a newspaper, an article, anything small, even if it's just for fun. Right, get in the habit of building discipline of reading.
I like something you said, Freeway. One of the things I think we fail to do is you said, I do what I say I'm going to do, right? Not just for others, but do it for yourself. And I think once you're able to build on that, you can start changing your life.
Yes, sir. My brother Freeway, anything you wanna say, anything to the people before we go?
Follow me on Instagram, Freeway Rick.
Yes, sir.
Go buy my book. You definitely should be buying my book. My book should already be a bestseller right now. My book should be selling like crazy because when I wrote the book, I put my heart into it. I was in jail with a life sentence without the possibility of parole, and I put a lot into the book. And for it not to be selling, people missing out. They missing out. One day they're gonna look up and they're gonna be like, "Wow, I should have read that book earlier."
So we'll definitely make sure we get all the links to whatever your Instagram, the book, the websites, whatever it is you got. We're gonna definitely drop
Appreciate
it.
Appreciate
in the,
it.
description. Yes, sir. One second, my brother. We out right here. 20 seconds right here. I gotta finish off with the outro. Tonight was bigger than a moment. It was a reminder that your past does not qualify your future. That ownership is a decision. That structure beats hype, and that wealth, when built with discipline and intention, becomes legacy. At Secure the Bag, we believe information should lead to action. So don't just leave inspired, leave strategic, have the conversations, make the calls, protect your income, build the asset, buy the property, start the plan. Because the goal isn't just to get ahead for a season, it's to build something that outlives you. We appreciate everyone for coming out and being in the room tonight. Keep thinking bigger, keep moving smarter, and as always, secure that bag. Peace.
Peace.